Hello everyone, welcome back. Today I'm about to break a record. Not a world record, not a national record, and not even a regional record. I'm about to break my own channel record. At around 6.1 miles long and taking me about 20 minutes to complete, this is the longest motorway filter I've recorded to date. We're going to have plenty of tight squeezes, we're going to have lots of cars moving over, giving us room, and lots of cars maybe not giving us so much room. So get yourselves comfy. I'm going to talk you through my thought process and how I approach this from the safest possible way. Like this moment here, I don't go through gaps like this if I don't see the driver looking at me. So he hasn't looked at me, I'm hanging back and I'm waiting for that visual confirmation that he knows I'm there. He's still not looked. And there you go, he saw me, he even waved at me to say sorry. We always seem to presume that drivers like this are doing it on purpose, and some of them are. You're going to see a bit of that today. But a lot of the time, they're not expecting a bike to be coming up this middle channel, so you just got to expect everyone to not see you. Now watch this BMW. Nice and early, giving me plenty of room. That is absolutely amazing. I didn't say thank you because I was focused on this next gap. Last thing I want to do is end up under a truck. Now again, I'm just waiting for this car to give me acknowledgement, which I don't get. But that's okay because there's a nice gap there and I'll just roll on through. Whether they're doing it on purpose or not, it doesn't matter. You just get past and look to the next hazard. Now my biggest issue here is this big gap. These cars could be moving over. Instead of thanking that Fiesta, I should have been focused more on that and moved my bike over to the middle of the lane. Now this white car does know I'm here. He brakes and I give him a flash and he looks at me in his wing mirror, says something to his passenger and holds position. But that's okay, I'll just roll on past and get on to the next bit. Now as you can see, it's starting to tighten up quite a lot. I prefer this. Although some of the gaps are a lot tighter and there's less room for cars to move out your way, I feel like there's a lot less chance of cars changing lanes in front of you because there's no space for them. But it is a possibility. Someone could decide any minute they want to change lane, not even indicate, and just move the car out in front of you. So you've got to keep your speed down and expect that to happen from every single car. There we go, another nice courteous driver giving us space. Little thank you, and I'm on my way. Now it's absolutely shocking how many people are sitting on their mobile phones. I know that the traffic's not going anywhere and the urge is to get your phone out, and I know we've probably all done it at some point, but when you ride a bike you really notice how many people do it and how vulnerable it actually makes you. Now this red car is our first guaranteed intentional blocker. Now just watch him, he subtly brings his car over just to close that gap. He has seen me, so that's okay, I know what he's doing. I'm gonna wait. But he holds position, and that's alright because I can see my gap now. There's nothing he can do about it, apart from give me a snidey look out the side of his face. And look, there's the next car, giving us plenty of room, and the BMW moves over for us. I really don't understand why some people think it's okay to intentionally block you with their car, which could ultimately put you in harm's way, rather than just move over a little bit and let you past, causing no inconvenience. Now look, you gotta keep your game head on. There's no point reacting to these people and getting angry at them and giving them hand signals and looking back, because you're only gonna put yourself in a difficult situation. Now look at this oil tanker moving out the way for me. If they can do it, there's no reason why cars can't do it. But as I say, keep your game head on and keep focused on the next set of hazards. So right now I'm thinking to myself, should I tuck in those wing mirrors just to give that little bit more space? So I'm going to turn on that rear view camera and get a good view of what's behind me. And I really can't emphasize enough how good it is to have a camera like this to see behind you. There's a link in the description with more info if you want to check that out. Now here's our next intentional blocker. Again, they've saw me in the mirror, I saw them looking, but they're holding position. That tells me they're not happy about me passing them while they're stuck in traffic. But look, there's nothing they can do about it. You just gotta wait your chance, wait for that opening, and roll on past. Now just a little bit along the line here, there's a taxi driver who also decides to make it more difficult for me. So as I'm approaching, I'm looking in everyone's mirrors to see if they see me, and he does. He looks in his rear view mirror, says something to his passenger who looks in the wing mirror, but look, he's holding position, he's not giving me room. What's the point? Now look, big long gap, that's the hazard. Someone could change lanes, I doubt that lorry's going to do it. And then this next car, there's not enough space, so it's okay. Now you can hear that clunking as I go over those cat's eyes. They really unsettle the bike. So you've either got to be on one side of the line or the other side. And obviously you want to be right on that middle because that's usually where the middle of the gap is. But your tyres really don't react well to hitting those cat's eyes. Now I'm meant to be in a meeting in about 20 minutes time. And there's no way I'm going to make it. So right now, I've accepted my fate and I'm just focused on getting through this traffic as safely as possible. I'm also wondering what the cause of this traffic is, and I'm hoping it's not an accident, and I'm hoping that no one's been seriously hurt. Now moments like this, where it's tight and not moving, you don't have much choice. You've just got to be patient and wait for that gap. The guy in this van, he's not seen me, he's sitting on his phone, so it's okay, I'll get past when the moment comes, and look, it opens up again. And here's our next intentional blocker. This Volvo's got about 2 car lengths in front of them. They know I'm here because he looked at me. But look, he stops right next to this bus. He knows I can't get through here, but what's the point? Because as soon as that gap opens, I'm going to go past. Now look, as annoying as that is, I'm not going to react to him. I don't care. Look, he's stuck in traffic and I'm not. I'm making my way through. All I'm focusing on is what's in front of me. I don't care what they're doing. But look, I've got to keep my game head on and stay focused on what's in front of me. The traffic's standstill right now. People could get out of their cars, so I'm keeping an eye on that, keeping my speed low. And there we go, it's starting to move again. So I don't have to worry so much about pedestrians on the road, and my focus again is cars potentially changing lanes. Because as it starts to move, you'll have all seen it, we've all done it, we want to move into a lane that's moving faster than the others. But to be fair, all 3 lanes are consistently moving at around the same speed. And there's not many gaps, but we know that it can still happen, and you're about to see it happen. Just going to squeeze on past here, and a little further ahead, keep an eye out for the red car merging to the right. There he goes. Now look, he's got that truck behind him, and visibility of that was not that good. I mean, we didn't see that car until he pulled out, and I'm not sure if they would have seen us either. So it's a good reminder that it can happen at any time. And watching this footage back, it's made me wonder about thanking cars or not. Watch what happens here. I take my hand off, and really I don't have full control of the bike if something was to happen, and it can happen in a split second. This van as well gives me plenty of room and a nod in his wing mirror, so I'm saying hi and thanks, but really I should be keeping both my hands on the bars. Now look at this truck in the middle lane. Look at his position. He's a bit more over to the left, and as I come past, he moves over to the right. Look at his front wheel. So I squeeze past and I'm like, what's that about? Now look at this. He's clearly moving back over to the centre of the lane. He might not have done that on purpose, but it definitely didn't feel good. Now have a look at the guy in the blue BMW up ahead. He's sitting there on his phone with a good car length in front of him, and as I go past, he looks at me like I'm the one that's doing something wrong. And look, here's another one, phone right in front of his face. Now I really am beginning to wonder just how long this traffic jam's going to be. And look, there's a car door open on the right. So any of these other cars could open their doors at any time, and there could also be pedestrians on the road, which in fact there is. I've already spotted one in the distance. The camera hasn't shown it yet, but there's a guy just in front of this green Waitrose van. I saw him step out and step back in again. So I'm going to approach with extreme caution. I should have sounded my horn, but I give my engine a little rev. And there he is. It's a dangerous thing to be doing, and now I'm wondering how long have these people been sat here and how many other people might be in the roads. And there we go. After almost 25 minutes of non-stop endurance filtering, I've got to the front, and I'm really glad to see that it's not an accident. I'm about to find out from the guy in this truck that there's something wrong with the bridge ahead. And look, he's been sat here for ages, and he was genuinely really happy, really chatty, and pleased to see me. Just look at the smile on his face when I pull up. What a nice, lovely guy. Now I didn't know this at the time, but I didn't fully switch my bike off. So my dashcam system and my LED headlights are draining my battery. We were only sat here for about 10 minutes, but it was enough to when the traffic started to move again, my battery was flat and my bike wouldn't start. So we're going to have to pick the action up from the dash cam on my bike because I'd switched off my helmet cam at this point. And luckily, one of the bikers in front of me noticed what had happened, and like an absolute hero, he signalled to me to push the bike over to the hard shoulder and he would help me out. And as you can imagine, trying to scoot my bike across the oncoming traffic once they'd just been released was a pretty nerve-wracking thing to be doing, but it was all good. People waited for me to get across. It only took a second. And look at this guy. What an absolute hero. He's going to give me a bump start. So I decide to wait for him since he's waited for me. And watch this, I didn't know he did this at the time, but he's about to do a wheelie straight past me. And at this point I remembered to switch my helmet camera back on. And away we go. Let's get ahead of this traffic and get to where we're going. I hope you've enjoyed that video today. I've got a bunch of videos lined up to be edited. I've been on the bike safe course this weekend, and every time I go out there's always something going on. So keep an eye out for everything, and as always, ride safe and thanks for watching.